thinking about tying the knot but have some doubts? Look, getting married is a big deal, probably the biggest decision you'll ever make. So rushing into it without checking for red flags is like jumping out of a plane without a parachute. You might look okay at the start, but it's going to hurt a lot. So what are the signs you need to look for in a potential partner? Welcome to the Academy of Love, and today we're going to dive deep into 10 marriage red flags you absolutely cannot ignore. We're talking about those flashing warning signs that, if you ignore them, could leave you heartbroken and heading straight for divorce court. The first red flag you should consider is the lack of communication. It's essential to understand that communication is the cornerstone of any successful relationship, especially marriage. When you can't communicate openly and honestly with your partner, you're headed for trouble. It's like driving a car with no steering wheel. You're bound to crash and burn. Now, let's talk about some signs that communication is breaking down. First, you've got constant arguing. Every little thing turns into a screaming match. You're not listening to each other, you're just trying to win the argument. That's a big red flag. Another sign is the silent treatment. One of you shuts down completely after a disagreement, leaving the other person feeling ignored and unimportant. And you might not realize, but the silent treatment is a weapon. It's designed to hurt and control, and it's a sign of a deeply unhealthy relationship. So when you see that the lines of communication are constantly breaking in your relationship, beware, because things only get worse with time. The second red flag commonly seen in unhealthy relationships is excessive control. Control freaks are a special breed of trouble. They want to dictate every aspect of your life, from what you wear to who you talk to. Marriage? It's just another way for them to control you. One classic sign of a controlling partner is jealousy to the extreme. Your phone is checked constantly. Doubt is always in the air. They question every interaction you have with someone else. It's suffocating, and usually a sign of pathological insecurity on the other part. Another red flag is isolating you from your friends and family. All the contact is cut, time is completely filled within the house, even texts or phone calls are scrutinized. They want you all to themselves so they can exert their control without interference. Don't fall for it. If you see yourself being controlled in every aspect of your life, run from it today. The third red flag people should check before marriage or any serious commitment is the lack of respect. Respect is non-negotiable in any relationship. When you truly love and respect someone, you value their thoughts, feelings, and opinions, even if you don't always agree. Disrespect, on the other hand, is toxic. It eats away at the foundation of your relationship. One major sign of disrespect is constant criticism. Everything you do is wrong in their eyes, from the way you dress to the way you cook dinner, load the dishwasher, or even dress. It's a never-ending cycle of negativity. Another form of disrespect? Belittling your accomplishments. You land that big promotion, and they shrug it off like it's nothing. Your dreams and aspirations are met with eye rolls and sarcasm. Your confidence is undermined, and all of a sudden, you're living a codependent relationship. If you see that your opinions, your accomplishments, and your values are totally disregarded, and the other person always puts themselves on top, just leave them behind and trust yourself. The world is big, and there's a place in it for everyone. The fourth red flag that should get you on high alert mode is dishonesty. Honesty really is the best policy in life. Without your word, you have nothing. A marriage built on lies and deceit is doomed to fail. It's like building a house on sand. Sooner or later, it's going to crumble. One of the biggest red flags is a pattern of lying, even about small things. If they'll lie about what they had for lunch or what they did at work, what else are they lying about? Another major issue is infidelity, which can happen in many different ways, not only in a physical sense. Big decisions like hiring a big loan or a job move to another city without consulting your partner, or even worse, going against their wishes, can be as hurtful as having an affair. But make no mistake about it, cheating is the ultimate betrayal of trust. It shatters the foundation of your relationship and is incredibly difficult to recover from. So if your partner did something behind your back, no matter how much they try to spin in a positive way, that is a sign that they don't trust you in the decision-making process. Or worse, they completely disregard your feelings. So beware. The fifth red flag you should consider before marrying someone is financial responsibility. I'm not saying money is everything, but it's definitely a major source of stress in a marriage. When one partner is financially irresponsible, it puts a strain on the entire relationship. One major red flag is hiding debt. They've got credit card bills piling up that you know nothing about. That sort of secrecy creates a sense of doubt that can become a daily burden in a relationship. Another concern is a refusal to stick to a budget. You try to sit down and plan your finances together, but they're out there blowing money like it grows on trees. That's a huge problem. A couple needs to be on the same page financially, and it helps to set up common goals for the future. If your partner would rather burn their money on designer clothes or an expensive electronic, rather than put away some money for a down payment on a house, brace yourself for some heated arguments in the future. The sixth red flag to look for in a person is the lack of ambition. Now, everyone's entitled to their own definition of success. But when one partner lacks ambition, it can create an imbalance in the relationship. One red flag is a refusal to grow or learn. They're stuck in a dead-end job and have zero interest in improving their life, either by getting a better education or doing courses to try to climb the corporate ladder. Another warning sign is a lack of goals or aspirations. They have no plans for the future, no dreams they're working towards. It's like they're just drifting through life, living for the weekly paycheck. When trying to see if your partner is the one, try to check how that person sees himself in 5 years. If you only hear crickets, get ready to move on. The seventh red flag to check on a potential partner is emotional unavailability. Look, we all have our emotional baggage, but when someone is completely shut down emotionally, it makes it impossible to build a deep and meaningful connection. One sign of emotional unavailability is an inability to express their feelings. They bottle everything up inside and refuse to talk about what's bothering them. And since everyone has a breaking point, the results of holding back that emotional baggage for a long time can be catastrophic. Another red flag is pushing you away when you try to get close. You try to connect on a deeper level, but they shut down or change the subject. It's like they're building a wall around their heart. That could be a sign of a previous trauma in that person's life, which is something very difficult to overcome. Speaking of which, red flag number 8 in our list is unresolved past issues. That is like a ghost of relationships past that can completely damage an otherwise healthy one. We all have a past, but when someone refuses to deal with their past baggage, it can poison a relationship. One major red flag is unresolved trauma from previous relationships. They're still carrying around hurt and resentment from their ex, and it's affecting your current relationship. That usually manifests when one of the partners had a previous relationship end due to cheating or other kinds of betrayal. Another warning sign is an unwillingness to address past mistakes. They refuse to take responsibility for their actions and keep repeating the same patterns over and over again. It could be someone who has an addiction problem or mental health issues. In these cases, don't try to be the hero and save a lost soul. Let a professional do the work, and if the person don't accept help, then run away from that relationship. The ninth red flag may be subtle, but it's pretty important. It's the incompatibility red flag. You know that saying, opposites attract? Well, sometimes opposites clash. One major area of incompatibility is core values. You believe in open communication. They believe in keeping secrets. You value honesty. They think it's okay to bend the truth. It could also manifest in political, religious, and even sports preferences. If that's not attended fast, it could be a recipe for disaster. Another area of incompatibility is life goals. You dream of traveling the world, they're content to stay in their hometown forever. You want a picket-fenced suburban home, they want a city condo. You want kids, they don't. These are fundamental differences that can create a lot of friction in a marriage. Even though this red flag is not as perilous as the previous ones, it can give you a ton of headaches if you don't discuss these issues with your partner-to-be pretty early. The last red flag we're checking in our list is the lack of support. Marriage is a partnership. Two individuals decide to leave their ordinary lives and create this beautiful, united entity we call family. You're supposed to be there for each other through thick and thin. When one partner consistently fails to offer support, it can be incredibly damaging to the relationship. One red flag is a lack of empathy. You're going through a tough time, but they just don't seem to care. They minimize your problems and offer no emotional support. It doesn't matter if it's something as little as burning dinner or as big as getting fired. They just don't care and can only think of their own problems. Another warning sign is a refusal to celebrate your successes. You land that big promotion, but they're not happy for you. They're threatened by your success, and it creates a wedge between you. If you see this red flag in your relationship, make sure to tell that to your partner. So there you have it, 10 marriage red flags you absolutely cannot ignore. Dodge the bullet. Choose wisely, my friends. Remember, marriage is a big deal. Don't go into it blindly. Pay attention to the warning signs and be honest with yourself about whether or not this relationship is right for you. Now, I want to hear from you. What are some other marriage red flags you've encountered? Share your experiences in the comments section below. If you want to see other videos like this one, check the ones popping on your screen right now. And don't forget to subscribe for more relationship advice. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you again here at the Academy of Love.